Hi Bradley Library, David Cooley here. I'm here to read my picture book to you, Gecko and Macoote. So it's a little bit flipped around in the recording, but still, I'm here to read this to you. You get to see all the pictures. I wanted to show you just quickly where I'm recording from, as you are way up in America, close to Chicago anyway, in Illinois. I'll show you where I am. And once again, the map is kind of flipped around, but I think we can get an idea where you guys are right about here, right? But I am all the way, and I'll go the length of the map, this old map, all the way down here, right down there in Melbourne, so pretty far away. Normally we would fly across the Pacific Ocean to get here to Australia. And it's a wonderful trip. You should come to Australia sometime. But today we're going to be reading Gecko and Macoote. Gecko is a gecko, and Macoote is a creature of the earth. So the earth is his mother, this wonderful planet we live on, and the sun is his father, which is a bit of a secret I've let you in on, because I've never told anyone that before, but that is the inspiration for these characters, and you can kind of see them right up here. So we've got Gecko, and then we've got Macoote. He has rocks for toes, and he has some roots for hair. You can see they're here around some hills and some toadstools and some butterflies. And so I'll be reading that to you today. They're going on a little adventure, and well, I think you'll see my kind of inspiration for writing the book, and I hope that you'll enjoy listening to this and reading it, because there's a copy there in Bradley Library. I hope you enjoy reading it as much as I did writing it. So let's get started. Gecko is a gecko. He likes making faces and messes and walking upside down. You see him upside down right here. Macoote is a big furry monster. You can see he's got his roots for hair and his rocks for toes. He's got lots of fur and kind of rusty colored fur there. Macoote is a big furry monster. He likes drawing and sleeping and walking on footpaths. I think you call them sidewalks there. Gecko and Macoote are best friends. They do everything together. Here are some of the things that they do together. So, they eat breakfast, and I'll come up close onto that. When they eat breakfast, it's Macoote's favorite meal, and you can see Macoote has a bowl of porridge. Gecko is eating, I think he's eating some like bugs on toast. Yes, he is, some bugs and honey on toast. They go for walks on footpaths and off. See, they're off of a footpath there, they're on the grass. They play games. Gecko can pick up cards with his tongue. Can you see that? Gecko's got his little sticky tongue, and he can go ahead and pick up the cards with his tongue. They go to the cinema. They like watching 3D movies. I think we all like watching some 3D movies. We love going to the films. They read books. Well, we all love doing that. So that's Gecko reading a book. He's kind of upside down. Sometimes Macoote has to wear some glasses to read his books better. They also love cooking. Gecko's favorite meal is dinner, so they love cooking dinner. One sunny day, Gecko and Macoote decide to go on a picnic. Gecko is so excited. He thinks about all the things they can do at the park. Gecko's a bit of a busybody. So you can see he thinks about playing games, climbing trees. Gecko loves doing all these things. Macoote is excited as well. He pictures all the ways he and Gecko can enjoy the day. So they pack their picnic basket and they walk to the park. And as they're packing the picnic basket, you can see Macoote thinks about all the things that he can do. He loves relaxing, smelling flowers. He's smelling flowers there. Just watching the butterflies and lying back, just chilling out. That's what Macoote likes to do. So under a shady tree at the park, Gecko and Macoote feast on tomato and cheese sandwiches, seaweed salad, mangoes, and chocolate cake. You can see them right here as they eat all those wonderful things. So they've got their breakfast sandwiches, lovely tasty mangoes, chocolate cake for dessert, always for dessert, and then the seaweed salad. And Macoote does a big munch as he's crunching on the seaweed salad. I ask this question and say, well, what's your favorite picnic food? Because my favorite picnic food would be something like this cake. I think that would be really great. What's your favorite picnic food? What would you want to bring along to Gecko and Macoote's picnic? Think about that. After the picnic, full and happy, Macoote lies back for an afternoon nap. But Gecko has some other ideas. Are you ever sometimes with your friends and they want to do one thing and you want to do another? Well, Gecko has some other ideas. He says, Macoote, get up. Let's go for a walk. And then he does his happy gecko dance. So his happy gecko dance is, we'll have to put the book down for this, because it's wiggle, 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 tongue flick. He does a wiggle, 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 tongue flick. And you can see a picture of him here. He's so excited. He's jumping up and down. And Macoote just wants to lie back. He's sleepy. And in fact, Macoote yawns. Yeah, he's a big yawn. He says, well, maybe later, Gecko. I'm sleepy. He closes his eyes and he just kind of smiles. He's really happy to just kind of lie there in the sun. He loves naps of all sorts. Macoote loves to sleep. It's one of his favorite things to do. Gecko's kind of puzzled though. He's like, why doesn't Macoote want to go for a walk? Why does Macoote just want to lay there? Why does he just want to, what's going on with all these things to do? So Gecko tries some other things. He says, do you want to throw a frisbee? Let's see if we can go with the frisbee here. Do you want to go for a swim in the pond? You want to run a race? And he is sure that Macoote will want to do at least one of these things. Because they're best buddies, right? They're best mates. And Macoote just sits there and watches the frisbee, and he's probably like laughing at him. He's got a bit of a smile, one of his little teeth poking out. But Macoote says, no thank you, and he smiles, and he shows his big Macoote teeth. He says, let's watch the clouds instead. But Gecko doesn't think that watching clouds is very fun, and you can see it here. And Macoote's really happy. He's looking up at the clouds, and look at Gecko's face. Look at that little face. He's not happy about that. He doesn't think that sounds like any fun. But he goes along with it. And he lays down on the ground with Macoote to stare up at the sky, and he's probably a little bit, unhappy that he's not getting to do what he wants. That happens to all of us. But then he sees a cloud change. Now it looks like a massive marching elephant, and it's just all walking across the sky. Do you ever look up and see the clouds and they change shape? Gecko says, hey, Macoote. And he kind of squeaks. He's so surprised. He says, look at that one. It's an elephant. The elephant is right there. So you can see that. And what's that? That looks like a dolphin. What do you think? Dolphin and elephant in the sky. You had a good imagination. And Macoote, he's kind of drifting off to sleep. He's sleepy. He gets sleepy after he eats, and he says, yes, I can see it. And that one looks like a dog and cat dancing. And Gecko looks up, and he can see that there is a dog and a cat dancing together in the clouds. And you can see that right there. You have the dog, the cat, they look like they're kind of dancing a bit, and there's little Gecko. So excited. Gecko and Macoote spend more time seeing other fantastic cloud shapes in that bright blue sky. And with full tummies, they doze, and they dream of adventures in the clouds. Do you ever do that? Do you ever kind of look up and just kind of wonder, hey, what's going on up there? Do you ever kind of play make-believe and think about what the clouds look like? Or maybe if you could fly. Do you ever daydream like that? This book is all about daydreams. But sometimes when you daydream, you fall asleep, and that's what they've done. There, you can see them, they got so sleepy. Macoote with his teeth. And they cleaned up everything too. Very good picnickers. So, when Gecko wakes up, Macoote is already awake. And he says, hello. It's his favorite word. Macoote's favorite word is hello. He says, hello, all the time. Hello, do you want to take a walk around the park, Gecko? And Gecko says, what a great idea. Who knows what we'll see? And he gets excited again. And do you remember his special Gecko dance? Do you remember that? It was, you can do it with me, wiggle, 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 tongue flick. You can do it again, wiggle, 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 tongue flick. So Gecko gets excited and they can go and walk all around the park and maybe have other adventures too. So they set off. Look at that. They're on the way. There's so much to see in the park. They love coming to this park, and so they have big smiles on their faces. So happy to be just enjoying the rest of their day. It's just the simple pleasures of being out and around. And you see them. There you go. So Gecko's, of course, in front. He's always leading the charge. He's got some butterflies. They've got the toadstools there. Bird here. What kind of bird is that? Kind of looks like a bit of a hummingbird. I'll bring it up really close. See that hummingbird right there. And Macoote has his walking stick. And so they set off to have other adventures in the park. Well, before I forget, there's a little snail here too. So think of all the things that you can see just by kind of walking around your favorite local park. And the book ends with two best friends are together. Best mates, best friends, best buddies. The day is good. And so that is the story of Gecko and Macoote, right? They have their little picnic adventure, and they always bring along their imagination wherever they go. Thank you so much for being here and going through Gecko and Macoote with me. I loved writing this book. I still love looking at it. The illustrations were done by Paul Smith. He's my husband, and he draws just wonderfully. Just a wonderful illustrator. I love watching people draw because it's something that I can't really do. I hope that you enjoy this book. I hope that you enjoy other books there at the Bradley Library. My mother instilled in me a great love of reading. It's led me to write many things, even film scripts, articles, that sort of thing. But if it weren't for my local library, I don't think I would be a writer today. I think libraries are one of the most special places, and if you're here with me, you must think that too. So thank you very much. I hope that you will enjoy reading this book. Actually, you can take it, maybe read it to your parents, read it to your friends, just read it to yourself. I've been David Cooley, and this is Gecko and Macoote, and we're going to sign off here from Melbourne, Australia. Bye now. Hooroo!